Scracking YouTube. This is BBSP. I'm back, and been a lot of stuff happening with these playoffs and everything. So I'm gonna do it like I've been doing on all my videos. I'm gonna condense it all into one video and give my explanation, give my take on what's going on. It happened so far. So far, 3 to 4 series are 2-2, and one is 3-1. First off, I want to get into the Miami and Heat Philadelphia 76ers series. The 76ers getting Joel Embiid back is huge, man. That was huge because in first 2 games, it didn't look good for the 76ers. It didn't look good for the 76ers at all. It seemed like James Harden was really confused. He was disoriented by the Heat defense. Jimmy Butler was having strong games. So was Tyler Hero. So was Bam Adebayo. Seemed like Victor Oladipo then found his mojo back. Whatever. The first 2 games, Now game 3, seemed like the momentum shifted once Embiid came back because he gives them a defensive presence and a lot of them easy shots that Miami was getting the first 2 games. They non-existent now and shit, you know what I mean? Because, it's like crazy how that shit goes, man. One player can make a difference. Now, it's opened the game up for James Harden to do his thing. It's opened the game up for Thibault. Opened the game up for Maxey. Opened the game up for Danny Green even, and Tobias Harris. 2 cats that I didn't think would make an impact in this series. They're making an impact now. And now you're seeing now the Miami Heat gonna have to adjust ahead of tonight and shit. It's very possible that the Philly 76ers doesn't grab control of the series, man. And with Embiid back, that's a huge boost. And with James Harden back, having a signature game in Game 4, they have the momentum now. It'll be very, very. It's gonna be real interesting to see what the Heat do to counter that shit. But the one thing I'm noticing is they're not playing Duncan Robinson. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, has he fallen out of rotation and shit? Has he? I don't know. Has he? Is he not that strong defensively? Because I recall 2 years ago, when the playoffs moved into that bubble during the pandemic, he was pretty strong for them in that championship run. And over a year and a half time, what has changed? You still got Tyler Hero. You still got Strauss. Has Victor Oladipo played that much better than him that he's out of rotation? I find that hard to believe and shit, man. So we're going to find out tonight who takes control of the series. Has Miami adjusted? Or has Philly found something to where they can steal this series and win this series, going to win this series now with Embiid back, Because Embiid adds something to where Miami couldn't adjust. So we'll find out what's going on with that series. Phoenix Suns, man, they're in a dogfight now with Dallas Mavericks. It seems like to me, Luka has arrived, Had 2 strong games and shit, you know what I mean? Plus follow that up with Spencer Dinwiddie doing his thing. Who else? Finney Smith, Maxis Kleber, Reggie Bullock, of course, and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's been strong for the Mavericks. You can make the argument he's been the second best player in this series, man, for the Mavericks. Phoenix Suns, they served home court early on, man, you know what I mean? But I feel like they got to be careful, man, because now you got Luka with confidence, and the rest of the others will follow, you know what I mean? Because I feel like this is a swing game right here tonight. This will definitely be a swing game tonight, And for me, it's like, it's a big game, We're going to see, can Chris Paul bounce back? Can Devin Booker bounce back? Can rest of the strong role players find their games back. Mikael Bridges, Cameron Payne, Jay Crowder, of course. Get DeAndre Ayton bounce back. Because these last 2 games he's been non-existent. DeAndre Ayton been non-existent as fuck. And JaVale McGee has been he's been having to hold this shit down. But DeAndre Ayton is a level above JaVale McGee, so he's gonna have to show up. He definitely gonna have to show up and shit. You know, and it's crazy, man, how that shit is. But this is a series where it could turn by one single momentum swing. One single ass momentum swing, and that one single momentum swing just might have been the Mavericks winning these past 2 games at home. All they gotta do is steal one. Then we're gonna see the Suns might be in trouble. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think, I still got the Suns winning this in 6. But man, if they lose this game tonight, with Luka being, ascending to superstar status and the rest of the role players, Max Kleber, Finney Smith, Reggie Bullock, Jalen Brunson, of course. Man, Phoenix Suns might be in trouble going down 3-2 heading back to Dallas, man. Because you don't want to give that team like that, especially a player like Luka, confidence. Confidence straight up. But that's that. Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies. Like I said, it's been a whole lot of physicality in that series, man. It's like they're going at each other back and forth. Last night, Memphis, they had that game. Memphis blew that game to the Warriors, man. Dylan Brooks had a strong game. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a strong game. Kyle Anderson had a strong game. But Desmond Bane, he wasn't that great. He had a bunch of turnovers down the stretch. Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark really didn't have an impact on the game. And, of course, Jaren Jackson Jr. settled for jump shots, as always. And his post game is very limited, man. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s post game is very limited. And Golden State did what they always do. You seem like they out the game first 3 quarters, but in the 4th quarter, man, that chemistry, that camaraderie, and that consistency pulled through. And Steph Curry didn't have he didn't have a game, that much of an impact game, but 4th quarter he came through. Klay Thompson was all right. Jordan Poole played his part. Draymond Green did his part too and shit. Then you had Andrew Wiggins. Then you had Kevon Looney and all those guys. I feel like the Memphis coach Jenkins is getting out-coached severely by Steve Kerr, man. You got to call it like how you see it. I have Memphis winning this series and shit in 6. But because of the Ja Morant injury, and because of, we don't know the severity of the injury, I got the Warriors now winning this shit in 6, man. Because I don't think Ja Morant's going to make it back in time to where he can make an impact. It's just, it's unfortunate, man, because I feel like if Ja was out there, I know Memphis won a lot of games without Ja, but I feel like Ja is a real energizer for that team, man, And it's crazy how the momentum turned in that first game, because I feel like Memphis gave away a lot of games, man. Memphis definitely gave away a lot of games, especially games 1, game 3, and especially game 4, man. So I don't know, man. I think Memphis might win the next game, but after that, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's it ain't looking too good for the Grizzlies right now. And you got to favor Golden State in that series now, man. Like, shouldn't be no surprise. The only thing I thought was that Memphis was more athletic. Memphis had a better bench, but hey, I was wrong, you know what I mean? Because Golden State's bench is stepping up. They stepping up big time, you know what I mean? Jordan Poole is the starter. Andrew Wiggins is the starter, but you still got Kuminga, of course. You've got Looney. You got everybody. I mean, Jordan Poole is the starter. Well, Jordan Poole is coming off the bench because Steph Curry came back in the starting lineup and everything, you know. So yeah, I expect Golden State to win that series in 6 now due to the John Moran injury, man. But hey, stranger things have happened, man. And what is this playoff is proving this shit. There's really no dominant team, and nobody really has an advantage. Every team has a flaw. It's just that which flaw is going to get exposed in time. And then speaking of which, Boston Celtics Milwaukee Bucks series, I really didn't pick who was going to win that series, you know. My mind was telling me Boston has a deeper bench. Boston has, without Chris Middleton with the Bucks, Boston has a better starting lineup. But I was thinking, you know what, maybe Giannis can pull this off, man. Because Giannis, you know what I mean, he can have a whole bunch of criticism. He can have a whole bunch of critics out there if he wants to. But Giannis is proven to be that guy in the league right now. You know, I'm thinking like, you know what, if there's anybody who can carry a series shorthanded, it's Giannis. But what I'm starting to notice is, even with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum not being very inconsistent in this series, Boston can actually throw bodies at Giannis, man. You got Al Horford. Of course, you got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You got Robert Williams. Hell, you even got Grant Williams. You know, you even got Marcus Smart in some cases, man. Like, and the Milwaukee Bucks role players, man, they're not stepping up. Drew Holiday's been inconsistent. Portis has been MIA some games, especially in the fourth quarter. Brook Lopez is slow, and seemed like that back injury is really starting to catch up to him, man. You know what I mean? You can tell that missed time is starting to affect him right now, you know, because last playoffs he was pretty solid. Last playoffs he was pretty solid, especially in that series with the Hawks when Giannis went down. Drew Holiday was pretty solid last year, but I see now the Celtics are basically throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Giannis. And, you know, we're seeing the LeBron effect. It's 5-on-1. Giannis is doing what he can. Giannis is giving his all out there and shit, right? But yet, nobody's stepping up. Kind of like 2018 with LeBron and shit, you know? Kind of like 2018 with LeBron and everything, you know? I don't know, man. Bucks might be in trouble. I feel like now Boston sees that the Bucks are shorthanded. Because you got to think, Boston could have easily won Game 3 with, you know, if it wasn't, mishaps. You know, for a couple of mishaps down the stretch by the Celtics and shit. I just feel like right now, man, it's just, for me, Milwaukee, the Bucks might be in some trouble, man. You know what I mean? Especially heading into Game 5 tomorrow. Series tied 2-2. Celtics got home court advantage. And now, it seems like the Celtics done found something, man. You know what I mean? With Marcus Smart, you know, Al Horford, and Jason Tatum. They're taking advantage of the mismatch because, like I said, the Milwaukee Bucks role players, the others have been inconsistent all along, and they're not helping Giannis out at all. And this might be a little sarcasm. It might be the George Hill curse. I'm telling you, the George Hill curse right now is just that shit might be real, man. Because any team George Hill is on, they severely get blasted. First, it was the whole thing in 2018 in the playoffs with him missing those free throws and shit. J.R. Smith getting the rebound, and y'all know the rest of the story, you know? Now it seems like he's pretty much useless out there, man. You know what I mean, with Milwaukee, man. This is where Chris Middleton is missed. This is where Chris Middleton is missed, whatnot. Chris Middleton is missed. And I just feel like that. I don't know. It's just Milwaukee Bucks might be in trouble, man. Milwaukee Bucks might be in trouble. I mean, I might be wrong. Giannis may have another great game up his sleeve, but with the way the Celtics are defending him, letting him get in the post and then double team him as he gets deep into the post, I don't trust. With the track record, I don't trust Drew Holiday. I don't trust Bobby Portis. I don't trust Pat Connaughton, Grayson Allen. None of those guys to step up. They're gonna need somebody in that group is gonna have to step up for even to give the Bucks a shot to even steal a game in one of these last two games. You know, I feel like the Celtics size, the Celtics depth is starting to wear Milwaukee down, especially Giannis with what he has to do. You know what I mean? Play the facilitator role, score, be the anchor of the defense. You know, I just feel like Giannis is, by that time that fourth quarter comes, he's getting worn down. You know, this is where Chris Middleton comes into play. So Giannis can roam and do his thing, and he can pick a pop. And Chris Middleton can be out there for as inconsistent as he can be sometimes. He's proven to show up in the playoffs. And I think that, you know, Bucks might be in some trouble, man. And I think now you got to lean towards Boston winning this series, man. You know, for as great as Giannis is, the flaws of the Bucks, I feel like they've been flaws all season. They're starting to surface in this series. Lack of depth, lack of playmaking, the lack of shooting is starting to cause spots. This is where they miss guys like P.J. Tucker, DiVincenzo, all them cats, you know. But that's what I think right now and shit. Let me know in the comment section who y'all got in these series, man. You know, coming up, who y'all think's gonna win? Which series thinks y'all think can go 7, and which team can actually win a game 7 on the road? But like and subscribe to this shit, and I'ma holler at y'all in a minute. Later.